Hi everybody, my name is Julie and I'm from the Mississauga Library. Join me for a fun experiment in buoyancy with my new game, Sink or Float. So today we are going to be testing the buoyancy of items in water to determine whether they will sink or float. Now this is a really fun experiment that you can do at home, and it only requires a few things. A bucket of water and then something to experiment with. Now I have chosen to test the buoyancy of food. So since I've assembled all my items, we're going to be dunking these items into a bucket of water to determine whether they are less dense than this water, which will allow them to float, or whether they are more dense than this water, which will have them sink. Are you guys ready? Then here we go. Okay, we're going to start with an apple. Do you guys think this apple is more dense, which will have it sink, or is it less dense, which will have it float? Let's find out. Yep, the apple is floating. That means it is less dense than the water, so it is buoyant. What about a banana? Is this banana going to be more dense or less dense than the water? Let's see if you're right. Nope, the banana floats too. It is less dense than the water. How about a handful of grapes? I have some red grapes here. Are they going to sink or are they going to float? They sunk. That means they are denser than the water. What about this egg? This is a regular fresh egg. Is it going to sink or is it going to float? It sunk. It is more dense than the water itself, so it sunk. But I have heard, although I don't know this personally, that if an egg is rotten, if it's gone bad, the gases inside the egg will actually cause it to float. Again, I haven't checked this out for myself. It seemed kind of gross. But I invite you, all you curious scientists out there, to test out the rotten egg theory and tell me whether that egg will sink or float. Just throwing it out there. Okay, next up, let's test out a lemon and a lime. What do you guys think? They look very, very similar, except that our lemon is a little bit bigger. Are they going to sink or are they going to float? So our lemon is floating. Our lime sunk to the bottom. Now, lemons and limes actually have density that is very, very similar to water, except that the lime is a little bit more dense. That's what causes it to sink and the lemon to float. What about an orange? Oh, it's super buoyant. It popped right up. So it's floating. However, what if I peeled that orange? What do you guys think? Sink or float? Orange without its peel will sink. And here's the reason why. An orange with its peel is very porous. There's a lot of tiny little air pockets inside the peel of that orange. And those air pockets allow for air to become trapped, which make the orange more buoyant when it's in water. Take off the peel, however, that orange is pretty dense and it's going to sink. And of course, I've saved the best one for last, the watermelon. So I have a 2-pound watermelon here. What do you guys think? Is this watermelon going to sink or is it going to float? Here we go. Believe it or not, as heavy as this watermelon is, it's floating. Pretty neat, huh? I hope you guys enjoyed this challenge. Why not try it at home? Grab a bucket and some items and test out their buoyancy and whether they will sink or float. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out our social media channels, attend our online programming, and hey, I hope you guys have an excellent day. Take care.